discuss the topic technical reports. As I had already told you that it is also the part of technical communication. So today we will deal with technical reports. The report word has been taken from the Latin word means reportat, which means to carry back. Thus a report means to carry back someone who was not present in the description of an event. So we can say the report is generally the report is an account of something which is seen, heard and done. As you all are aware, the meetings are held in all the organizations, and in the meetings committees are already set and the commissions are also set. During the meeting, the procedure of the meeting, every member of the meeting have to give a report on the procedure of the meeting. Means whatever happens in the meeting, on the basis of that thing, every member have give to a report. So report is a special type of narration, or you can say it's a special narration which conveys information based upon the facts. So now, what can be the significance of a report, or why we need to prepare a report? As we know, the reports are prepared for the technical communication, so it plays a very vital role in the development of any organization and as well as for the development of any individual. So we can summarize, or we can point out the significance of reports into some points. Like first point is, it provides scientific information. Means it provides information. It is significance. First point is provide information into scientific way. Then second point, it helps to improve or develop new ventures. Then the third point, on the basis of these reports, the officials get to know, or officials comes to know what their employees do, and on the basis of that report, they promote their employees. The next point in the significance is that it helps into analyzing the data which gives feedback. And another point, the last point in this significance is that the reports persuades and motivates a reporter. So now it is clear that reports are meant for a specific audience and to meet a specific need. Now, what can be the characteristics of a good report? The first point in the characteristics of any report is the based on facts. Means a good report should be based on facts. It should not be based on the persuasion. It should be based on the facts and the investigation. Then the second point in this, it should be objective. Means it should not be subjective. It should deal with the objective matter. Then the third point in the characteristics is it should be accurate. Means there should be no exaggeration and hyperbolic language. Then the third point is there should be clarity. Means there should be no ambiguous language in the report. The report should be written in a clear manner. Then the next point in the characteristics is the precision. Precision means there should be no play with the information. Means whatever information you are provided, that information should be in the perfect manner. Means you should not exaggerate the information, and that should be presented into as it is manner. Then the next point in the characteristics is it should be grammatically accurate. It means while preparing any report, we should write sentence grammatically accurate. There should be no mistake in the punctuation, in the other things. Means they should be grammatically perfect. Then it should be reader oriented. while you prepare any report, it should always be, it should be on the reader oriented. It should not be based on writer's point of view, so that the reader could easily get the idea what you want to say or what you want to say in your report. So these are the characteristics of a report. Now, after characteristics of the report, come to the next topic, types of the report. Mainly we divide report into 5 parts. First one is voluntary or authorized reports. Second one is routine and special reports. Third one is internal and external reports. Fourth one is short and long reports. And the fifth one and last is informational or analytical reports. So these are the main types of reports. Now first come to the voluntary and authorized reports. Reports can be classified on the basis of their origin. Means the reports which are created by one's own self, they are voluntary reports. On the other hand, authorized reports are those reports which are prepared by on the request of someone. Means they are prepared on the order or the request of someone else, and voluntary reports are prepared on oneself's own wish. Then second type of reports is routine and special reports. Routine reports are those reports which are prepared in any organization weekly, daily or monthly or annually. Means these reports are deals with the progress of the any organization time to time. And the special reports are the formal reports. These are the reports which deals with this specific matter. Means they deals with some specific investigation. Then the third one report is internal reports and the external reports. As we all know that internal reports are the reports which works within the organization. Means they can be transferred from one department to another department. Like memorandum. Memorandum is a short piece of communication. So there is a short piece of communication which is transferred into the any organization just to day-to-day communication. And external reports are those reports which are sent outside of the organization just to gain some profit. So you can say just to analyze something. Means they are sent outside of the organization. Then short and the long reports. These type of reports are prepared, or these types of reports are classified according to their details. Means the short reports are the reports which deals with only the one part of the problem, and on the other hand, long reports are the reports which deals any problem in detail. Then the informational and analytical reports. Informational reports are the reports which gives us information but not the analysis and the recommendation. And analytical reports are the reports which are based on the recommendation. Means firstly they evaluate, then they give interpretation, and then it comes to the conclusion. And after the conclusion, we comes to the recommendation. So it means that analytical reports are based upon the recommendation. So these are the main 5 types of the reports. Now what can be the structure of any report? Again, the structure of the report is also like the structure of technical proposal, but it is something different. Means it has main 3 parts. The first part is front matter. It is same like the technical proposal. Then second part is the main body. And the third part is the back matter. So now come to the first part, the front matter. This front matter part is the beginning of the report, like the beginning of the technical proposal. In the front matter part, you includes cover page, title page, contents and summary. Clear? So these are the four parts which are comes to the front part. Means first of all you have to mention the cover page, then you have to give the title of your report. Like if you are preparing a report on the topic the population explosion. So that can be the title of your report. Then you have to mention the contents of the table of contents, and after that you have to give a summary, or you can say abstract. Then main body. Main body of any particular part deals. Main body of a report deals with mainly four things. Means first point is purpose. What is the purpose behind preparing this report? And in this purpose you include the problem to which you are dealing or to which you are interested in this report. Then after purpose you have to deal with the scope of investigation. After the scope of investigation, you have to give the procedure of the investigation. The procedure of the investigation. And then you have to give the background of the project. So it means it also includes the four part. Means firstly it will deal the problem, what is the problem. Then the second thing is the scope of investigation. Means how can you investigate that problem, how can you solve that problem. Then the procedure of that investigation. And then the background of that project. Then after that third part is the back matter. In the back matter part you deals with appendix, bibliography, list of references, glossary and index. Means in the third part, in the back matter, you have to give the information or details about the things where you have taken your matter. Like from the sources which you have collected your matter, you have to mention these things and those things into the list of reference. Then the source of those references you have to mention in the bibliography. Glossary are the glossary is the term which is used for the unfamiliar terms, means the words which you don't know. So glossary and index are the two things. If you want to mention these things, you can mention whenever you need. Then after these things, now come to the next point, the format of the report. First is pre-printed format. Second is memorandum. The third is the letter format. And the fourth is the manuscript. Means clear, these are the points or these are the formats of any report. First of all, the pre-printed format. In the pre-printed format you have a blank page. Not on the blank, means the basic information is there like name, designation, purpose, subject, and you have to fill the information in that format. So like name, then there will be blank, date, then blank, purpose, then blank. So you have to fill this portion from your own point of view. Then second is memorandum. Memorandum, as I had already told, that it's a short or it's a brief communication which is used to transfer day-to-day information within an organization. Like from one department to another department, we transfer the information through the memorandum. Or you can say this is an inter-office communication. Then the third one is letter format. Letter format is somehow formal format. These are used to transfer the information on the external level also. Like you have to write a letter to CEO of an organization just to ask some thing. So just to pass a proposal from them. So it means letter are a external for external report, or you can say these are the formal than the other things. And letters are short. Memorandum is short. Letters are also short, not so long. Then the third part is manuscript. As all parts of all the parts of the formats, manuscript is also provide information, but it is long. Means it is long than the memorandum. Like memorandum is a short or brief communication, part of communication. Manuscript is a long part of communication. It provides information but in a detail. So these are the main formats of the report. While writing any report, we have to follow some steps. And what can be these steps? These steps can be the first point, analyzing the problem. First of all, you have to analyze the problem. What problem occurs before you when you are preparing any report. Then second is determine the scope of investigation. Determine the scope of the investigation. After determining the scope of the investigation, you have to give the procedure of your investigation. Procedure of investigation. Then after that, you have to gather information. And after gathering the information, you have to analyze information, whether your information is true or not. And after analyzing the information, preparing a report. So it means that while writing any report, you have to follow these steps. First of all, you analyze the problem. What is the problem there before you? Then second, you have to determine the scope of your investigation. After that, you have to give the procedure of investigation, how you will investigate the things. And the third things, you have to gather the information about that problem or about the solution of that problem. After gathering the information, you need to analyze information whether it is true or not. Then after analyzing the information, you have to prepare a report. So these are the steps of your report. Now write down the sample of a report. First of all, the cover page of report. Like this is your cover page and you are going to prepare a report, and report is a report on population explosion. Clear? Then this is the title of your report. After the title, you have to mention who prepared the report. By Ashok Kumar or something like that. Then his post. He is a researcher. After this, you have to mention the address. Ministry of Human Resource Development, or you can say development. After this, the place, New Delhi, and then you have to mention date, like 15th March or whatever. So this is the format of your cover page. After preparing the cover page, you have to prepare a title page. On the title page, you will add some more information in this cover, in this information. Like you have to mention the name of the report, a report on population explosion. You have to mention this. Then you have to mention to whom you are preparing, to whom you are sending. Like to Mr. M.K. Mehta, who is a chairperson means you have to mention the status or the post of that person there. Chairperson of committee. After this, you have to mention who is sending the report. Like I had mentioned Mr. Ashok Kumar by Ashok Kumar. And what is his post there? He is a researcher. After this, who has approved that report? Like approved by Mr. G.K. Jha. And who is the director in the committee or in the organization. Okay, after mentioning this, you have to mention the address, the same Ministry of the Human Resource Development, New Delhi, and then date. So this will be your title page. Then after completing the title page, you have to mention the other things which are based upon the format, or you can say structure of the things, means the front part. In the front part, we deal with the cover page and title page. After that, the table of contents. Like you have acknowledgement and preface. You have acknowledgement and preface. Then you have to mention the page number. Then introduction. Then page number. Then purpose. Again, you have to mention page number. Then background. You have to mention here also the page number. Then scope. After scope, you have to mention procedure. And after procedure, you have to mention description and discussion. Again, you have to give the page. After discussion, the last part is conclusion. And after conclusion, you have to give the recommendation. Recommendation means to giving suggestions for further improvement. And after the recommendation, you have to give the appendix, bibliography, list of reference, and glossary and index. So this can be the table of contents. After this, you have to write these things into detail. Means after completing the title page and the table of contents, come to the main body. And in the main body, you have a part introduction. In introduction, you have to deal with the problem. Introduction. In introduction, you have to deal with the problem, or you can say purpose. Then after this problem or purpose, you have to deal with the scope of that scope of investigation. Then procedure, how you will investigate the things. Then after the procedure, you have to give the description or discussion. After discussion, you have to mention the conclusion. And after conclusion, you have to give recommendation. And in the back matter, in the back part, you have to deal with the glossary, bibliography, appendix, list of reference, all the things in the later part. So this can be the format of your report. If you want to prepare a report, you need to follow these steps, and you have to take into consideration the steps, the significance, and as well as the characteristics of any report. So after this discussion, we come to know that reports are the means of a technical communication which provide information that is based upon the data, that is based upon facts and investigation. It is not based upon the persuasion, it is based upon the reality or the facts, or it is an investigation. So for solving a problem or for giving a